Good morning, students. So, in the meanwhile, your results have been published, and I'm glad to know that all of you have succeeded, and have been promoted to higher class. So, congratulations to all the students for successfully clearing class 10 examination. So, your first ever board examination is over now. Now you have to concentrate more because your career deciding course will be 12th. So 12th will decide your career, your future course of action. So congratulations once again and welcome back to the class. So as I marked in the last class, mostly you are in a hurried mood or mostly tense. That's why you have not seen my last video, that is strength of solution or concentration of solution. So in the last class we have discussed only three, that is percentage, that means weight by weight or mass by mass percent, then volume by volume and mass by volume, these three percentage. But only a few, a countable number of students have solved the assignments given in the last class. So I understand you are in a tense mood for the publication of the result. But in order to follow the future classes, what you need to do, now you have to go through my previous class definitely. So once again, I tell you to go through the previous class, then only you can follow what I am teaching in this class. Okay. So in the last class, we discussed three things, that is percent by mass, three things, percent by mass, that is W by W percentage, then percent by volume, V by V percent, then percent mass by volume, percent mass by volume, W by V percent. So if you simply look at these things, you can define them. If you look at these things, you can define them. So this is the mass of solute in grams present for 100 gram of the solution. This is the volume of solute in milliliter present for 100 ml of the solution. This is the mass of the solute in grams present for 100 milliliter of the solution. So simply looking at these things, you can define them. Then I have given you some assignments. So first let us solve those assignments. Let us go to assignment number 1. So the question was how to prepare 10%. Question 1. How to prepare 10%. 10% means it will be defined. How? Which type of percent? So W by W, that means mass by mass. How to prepare 10% W by W solution of NaCl, sodium chloride. So clearly the solute here is sodium chloride. So to solve this, what is the formula? Now percent mass is equal to mass of the solute divided by mass of the solution, into 100. So it is clearly visible that percent mass means this has to be this, mass of the solute divided by mass of the solution. Percent means always 100, so it will be multiplied with 100. Okay. And mass of solution means solution contains two components. One is solute, which is present in lesser amount or lesser quantity or lesser concentration, that is always the solute, and the component which is present in higher concentration or higher quantity has to be the solvent. So solute plus solvent makes the solution. So mass of the solution means, in other words, we can write it is mass of the solute plus mass of the solvent. Okay. Now the question is, what should be the mass of the solute? Let us take it as X. So percent mass, what is given? Now 10 is given. What is the percent mass given? Now 10 is equal to mass of the solute. Let us take it is X. Mass of the solute, let it be X. Mass of the solution, let it be 100 gram. Let mass of the solute be X gram into 100. Okay. So, what will be the X? 100 cancel out. X is equal to 10 gram. So, what is the answer? Now, mass of the solute. What is the solute here? The sodium chloride. So, mass of solute, that is sodium chloride, for 10% solution has to be 10 gram. So, when 10 gram of sodium chloride will be dissolved in 100 gram of the solution, then it will make 10% weight by weight solution of sodium chloride. So, mass of the solute is 10 gram. You know, mass of the solution is, we have taken mass of the solution, that means mass of the solution means mass of solute plus mass of solvent. What is the solvent here? Now water. These two will be 100 gram. You have taken it to be 100 gram. Okay. So mass of the solute we have found out 10 gram. So what will be the mass of solvent? Mass of solvent, that is water, will be 100 minus 10 gram, that is 90 gram. Okay. So what are the question? Now how to prepare 10% W by W, that is mass by mass solution of sodium chloride. Now we have to dissolve, or we have to take 10 gram of sodium chloride and 90 gram of water, then make 10% mass by mass solution of sodium chloride. So this is the answer of question number 1. Then we will proceed to next questions. Okay. So next students, coming up to question number 2. What is the volume of sulfuric acid to be dissolved in water to make a 10%? That means volume by volume solution of 100 milliliters. So what is given here? The volume of the solution is given to be 100 ml. What is the percent by volume? 10%. What you need to find out? Now the volume of the solute. So here solute is sulfuric acid. So this is the solute. And what is the solvent? Now water is the solvent here. So what is the formula to find out? Percent by volume. Now volume of the solute in milliliter divided by volume of the solution in milliliter into 100. So volume, percent volume given to be 10%. So what is percent volume? Now 10%. Let the volume of solute in milliliter be X. Volume of solution given 100 milliliter into 100. So 100 will cancel out. So X will be 10 ml. So the volume of sulfuric acid to be dissolved to make it a solution of 10%, V by V is 10 ml. So this is how you have to find out the answer. So 10 ml sulfuric acid has to be dissolved to make it a solution of 10% V by V for a 100 milliliter solution. Then question number 3. What is the mass of sodium chloride in grams to be dissolved in water to make 10% W by V? That means it is mass by volume percent. What is the solute here? Now sodium chloride is the solute. So sodium chloride is the solute here. What is the solvent here? Now water is the solvent here. So they will make the solution. Solute plus solvent, they make the solution. So again the formula for percent of mass by volume is mass of the solute in grams divided by volume of the solution in milliliter into 100. So what is the percent mass given? Now 10%. So put 10 here. Then let mass of the solute be X. Then volume of the solution given 100 milliliter. So put 100 milliliter here, 100 here into 100. Formula is into 100. So 100 will cancel out. X, that means mass of the solute will be 10. That means mass of the solute is 10 grams. That means 10 gram of sodium chloride has to be dissolved in water to make it a 10% W by the solution of 100 milliliter. So this is how you have to solve the numericals. These are easy numericals which may not be given to you, but for the basic understandings these are required. So once again I tell you, go through the last video once again, then you watch this problem to be solved, so it will be clear to you. Okay. Next we'll proceed to the next unit. Next we'll go to fourth unit. Fourth unit, that is called parts per million. It is abbreviated, or in short form it is written as ppm. So when it is written as ppm, you have to understand that there is parts per million. I have already told you what is a million. Now 1 million means 10 to the power 6. Okay. So how to define it? Now it is used when the mass or quantity of solute is in trace amount, very little amount, trace quantity. So when the solute is present in very little amount, then this unit is used. Because you can imagine 1 million, that means 10 power 6 is a very large number. So how to define it? Now it is the number of parts of solute present for million parts of solution. Million means you can write here 10 to the power 6 parts. So what will be ppm? Now ppm is equal to mass of the solute divided by mass of the solution, mass of the solution into 10 to the power 6. Okay. So the name justifies or defines everything. Parts per million. So it may be the mass of solute present for 10 power 6 in terms of mass, or volume of the solute present for 10 power 6 volumes of the solution. So in both the ways it can be counted. So in terms of volume also it can be counted, in terms of mass it can be also counted. Okay, suppose you know about pollution, carbon dioxide is a pollutant. So when it is called a pollutant? Now when its concentration exceeds a definite value, there is minimum concentration known as threshold concentration. Suppose 10 gram carbon dioxide is dissolved in 1000 kilogram air. Okay. Express the concentration of air in terms of, air means air plus carbon dioxide, in terms of ppm. Suppose 10 gram of carbon dioxide is dissolved or is mixed with 100 or is mixed with 100 kg of air. Then what will be the concentration in terms of ppm? So what will be ppm? Let us put the formula. ppm will be mass of the solute. What is mass of the solute? Now 10 gram divided by mass of the solution. Air now becomes the solution. So what is the mass? 100 kg. 100 kg means how many grams? Now 1000 kg. 1000 kg into 1 kg is 1000 gram. Because we have taken it gram, we have to express it in gram also. That means mass of the solution into 10 power 6. So it will be 10 ppm because 10 parts. So 10 gram divided by 10 to the power 6, 10 power 3, 10 power 3 multiply, it will be 10 power 6. That means what will be the solution ppm? Na 10 ppm. Okay. So it is in mass of solute present for 10 power 6 parts of solution. So when 10 gram of carbon dioxide is dissolved in 1000 kilogram of air, it will make a 10% ppm, 10 ppm of the air. So what will be concentration of carbon dioxide then? That will be 10 ppm. Okay. So parts per million is clear. It is the number of parts of solute present per million parts of solution. Okay. Similarly, you tell me what will be 20% or 20 ppm of carbon dioxide. How much volume or how much amount of carbon dioxide has to be added in air, so the concentration of carbon dioxide becomes 20 ppm. 20 ppm have 20 ppm amount carbon dioxide concentration have. So CO2 concentration is 20 ppm. Then what mass of carbon dioxide has to be dissolved in air so that the concentration becomes 20 ppm? You tell me. Okay. Then next is a simple expression, fifth one, that is concentration in terms of grams per liter. Concentration of the solution in terms of grams per liter. So next is concentration in grams per liter. Fifth number, concentration in gram per liter. It is gram per liter. So it is visible from the definition itself. So the definition can be clearly told looking at these lines. So it is the number of grams of the solute present per liter of the solution. Okay. So how to define it? Now it is the number of grams of the solute present per liter of the solution. It is the number of grams of the solute present per liter of the solution. Suppose W gram of solute is dissolved in V milliliter of solution. Okay. Then how to express it in terms of grams per liter? So what is the concentration? Concentration means mass of solute divided by volume of solution. Okay. Mass of solute in gram, volume of solution in liter. Okay. Suppose W gram is given, that means concentration will be W, but the volume is expressed in milliliter. We know that 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. Okay. So what will be 1 milliliter? Implies that 1 milliliter will be 1 by 1000 liter. So you have to remember this formula. So volume is given as V milliliter. V milliliter means V by 1000 liter. So divided by V by 1000 liter. So what it will happen? What it will be? Now W by V into 1000. W by V into 1000. So this is the formula. Suppose W gram of the solute is dissolved in V milliliter of the solution. So what will be concentration? Now W, mass of the solute in grams, divided by volume of the solution in milliliter. It has been given, and we have to convert milliliter into liter. So 1 milliliter is this much liter. That means what will be V milliliter? V milliliter means V by 1000 liter. So we have placed this value here. So 1000 will be multiplied then. So this is the formula. So this is how to find out the concentration of a solution in terms of grams per liter. So whatever will be the mass of the solute given to you, you divide it with the given volume in milliliter, multiply it with 1000. You will get the answer directly in which unit? Now gram per liter. The value will you find out, and unit will be gram per liter. Okay. So these are the two units, that is concentration in grams per liter and parts per million. Next we will go to another important one, that is mole fraction. So students, next we will come to next unit, that is important one called mole fraction. So follow it clearly, mole fraction, because mostly it will be used in your first year, second year courses. So mole fraction. So this method is used when a solution contains two or more components. So you have to remember this methodology of expressing the concentration is used when the solution contains two or more components. If the solution में दुईटा बा अधिका component थांती ताले ये method टा use करा जाए. So suppose let us say a solution contains three components A, B and C. So these are the components of solution. A solution contains three components called A, B, C. Then number of moles of each present. So कितने मोल होती? Now let us say A is present in A moles, B is present in B moles, C is present in C moles. Okay. So follow it clearly. So this method is only applicable when a solution contains two or more components. Okay. So suppose a solution contains A, B, C, three different components, and the number of moles of each present are A, B and C respectively. Okay. Then what is mole fraction? Now mole fraction is defined as the ratio of number of moles of one component and the total number of moles present in the solution. So follow it once again. Mole fraction is defined as the ratio of number of moles of every component, each component, per total number of moles present in the solution. So this solution which we have considered contains three different components A, B, C. Okay. So what will be the total number of moles? So total number of moles will be equal to A plus B plus C. Right? So A plus B plus C gives you the total number of moles present in the solution. So what is it? We'll count three different mole fraction. So what is the mole fraction of component A? Now number of moles of A divided by total number of moles. So what is the number of moles of A? Now A is A moles. So A by total number of moles, that is A plus B plus C. So this is the mole fraction of component A. Similarly, what will be the mole fraction of component B? The number of moles of B by total number of moles A plus B plus C. Okay. Then similarly, what will be mole fraction of C? Mole fraction of C. The number of moles of C, that is C moles divided by total number of moles A plus B plus C. So this is what we call mole fraction. Now I think the definition is clear to you. It is the number of moles. Look at this once again. Ratio of number of moles of each component. For A, what is the number of moles? Now A. So number of moles of component A divided by total number of moles. What is total number of moles? Now A plus B plus C. Okay. So total mole fraction of all component means F A plus F B plus F C. These are the three components A, B, C. F A is the mole fraction of component A, F B is the mole fraction of component B, F C is the mole fraction of component C. So what is the total mole fraction? Now F A plus F B plus F C. Let us put the values here. A by A plus B plus C. This is F A. F B, B by A plus B plus C. Similarly, what is F C? Now C by A plus B plus C. So if we sum up these three, what will be the result? Now A plus B plus C divided by A plus B plus C. That means they will cancel out. So what will be the value? 1. So what we learn from here? Now the sum of all mole fraction will be 1. Sum of all mole fraction has to be 1 because it is the ratio of number of moles of each component present for total number of moles of the solution. So when we add them, when we sum up them, it has to be 1. Okay. So for a binary solution, it contains two components. What are they? Now solute and solvent. So let us see how to calculate the mole fraction of solute and solvent. Okay. So as I told you, in case of a binary solution, that means which contains two components. Binary solution. What are the two components? Now solute and solvent. So these are the components in case of binary solution. Components are solute and solvent. So let us say the number of moles of these present. For solute, let it be A. For solvent, let it be B. So what do you follow? Now the number of moles of solute. Solute means which is present in lower concentration. Lesser quantity is always the solute. Solvent means which is present in higher quantity or higher concentration. So what will be mole fraction of solute? Let us say A is the solute, B is the solvent. Okay, solute A. It will be written as XA. Remember, it will be written as XA. What will I say? Now, moles of solute is A. What is the total number of moles of present in the solution? Now, solute plus solvent gives you the solution. So, number of moles of solute A, number of moles of solvent is B. So, total number of moles present in the solution will be A plus B. So, what will be mole fraction of solute A? XA will be equal to A by A plus B. Similarly, mole fraction of solvent B. How to write it? Now X B will be equal to B. What is the moles of solvent? Now B divided by total number of moles, A plus B. Okay. So this is how you have to find out the mole fraction. Okay. So total mole fraction means X A plus X B. Now it will be A by A plus B. X is A by A plus B. Similarly, XB is equal to B by A plus B. That means it will be A plus B by A plus B. Will cancel out. Will be equal to 1. I have already told you the sum of mole fraction every time has to be 1. So this is how we have to find out the mole fraction. Remember how to define it once again. Now look at one mathematical expression. The definition will be clear to you. It is the ratio of number of moles of one component or every component to the total number of moles present in the solution. What is the total number of moles? A plus B. So what is A plus B? The total number of moles present in the solution. What is A? Now it is the number of moles of one component. What is that component? Solute. Okay. So looking at this mathematical expression also, we can define what is mole fraction. It is the ratio of number of mole of one component to the total number of moles of the solution. So this is called mole fraction. So students, today's video is becoming very lengthy. So we have to close here. No assignments for today. You just follow these things. That means my today's class and previous class. So that in the next class you will be sure about these 6 at least. We have discussed various expressions, various methods to express the concentration of solution. These are percentage. Percentage means 3. Count W by W, W by V and V by V. 3 types of percentage we have discussed. Then parts per million. Simply it is visible from the naming itself. Number of parts of the solute present per million parts of the solution. Then we have discussed the concentration in gram per liter. That means it is the number of grams of the solute present per liter of the solution. Then finally mole fraction I have discussed in details. So you go through these things. In the next class we will solve some numericals based on mole fraction. Then discuss the most important one, that is molarity, molality and normality. Okay. So students, this is for today. Thank you very much.